Greetings, folks. Welcome back to ARK Survival Evolved Season 2. Today we have a bit of an update episode. I've had some technical difficulties and other things happen, which unfortunately mean that I've had many updates, and none of them are on camera. So we'll go through some of that and I'll talk about that. It's been rough, a little discouraging, but to be honest, but we'll get through it. First off, I'm taming this 145 raptor. When I went to start the video, I looked over the wall and here he was. So I wanted to make sure I got some meat and stuff on him and get him tamed up. But we're going to talk while I collect more prime. So first thing, earlier in the weekend when for the second video, I had done some base upgrades. I did it all on camera and none of the footage I got is usable. The audio is all garbled and cuts in and out. I don't know what happened. I've done some testing with the mic, with this mic since, and everything seems to be fine, so I don't know what I did. I'll keep an eye on this one, see how things look. So there was about 3 hours worth of footage I was going to edit down, and almost none of it is usable, at least not enough to make a video out of. So I scrapped it. The other, which is not a negative, but more to do with the update, is my wife Echo and Kiyome's wife conspired for Father's Day, and I ended up at his house all day Sunday playing ARK for a good solid 5-6 hours, just sitting around his living room watching TV and playing ARK. So I got a lot of stuff done, and we'll go through and I'll show you what I've built during that time. Downside to that is that I didn't really get to record any of it. I didn't have my microphone, I didn't have any of my setup there. But that means I've made lots of progress. As you can see, I'm flying a Pteranodon. And none of the footage that I had taken for the initial part, which included the Pteranodon and a couple other tames, made it live. So unfortunately, that's just the way it's going to have to be, as I can't really undo all my progress. But yeah, so here we are. We're going to keep going. We're going to move soldier forward, and I just chalk it up to that's kind of just ARK. Sometimes you accomplish what you set out to do, and other times you get so derailed that nothing looks the same. You can already see my base here, and like I said, once I drop this prime on, the raptor here, we'll do a tour. I'll show you what I've done. Tell you some stories, because we did have some fun, Kiyome and I, on Father's Day there. Some adventures. Oh good, managed to make it. Ooh, hello, and he's up. Okay, well that didn't take long at all. Cool. I have a raptor, guys. It's a good start to the day. Alright, let's get him inside, and we'll take the tour, and I'll tell you what's what and what we did here. One in. Ooh, this might not actually work. You might not get through here. No, we're going to bring around the other side. That gate has to move. So, early on, I was worried about getting things like metal. So I took a tour around, and up on top of that hill over there, there's tons of metal and crystal. So metal and crystal won't likely be a problem. And also, once we have a decent sized... Ugh, my jerk face is in the way. Once we have a decent flyer, we'll be able to get all the metal we want, and obsidian, and other things like that, simply because I scoped out that this island over here, it's actually a flaming skull with lava in the middle. And other than some of the nasty dinos in it, there's spiders and the anthroploro centipede guys and the bats, I can never remember what they're called, onyx. They're in there, but other than that, scorpions, other than that, there's tons of metal, obsidian, crystal in there, that little island there. And up on this hill, crystal and metal. So I think I decided this was going to be a good place for a little while. And on that note, I upgraded my house to wood. You can see it here. Not much to look at yet inside. I might convert this to a kitchen type unit. I want to have the kitchen near my greenhouse. So yeah, I have this nice little balcony. Sometimes I usually land my Pteranodon on here because it looks cool. Overlooks the water. There's my raft there, which I haven't used. I just threw it there to get it out of the way. But yeah, all sorts of stuff here. In the first video, as I was off gathering materials and looking at things, I ran across a 120 Pteranodon and bolted him and got one shot in the face, and then I got killed by a scorpion. So respawn, ran back, he had already taken off. I couldn't find him anywhere. So I went back and I grabbed Slag with a saddle, started gathering more materials, and lo and behold, he landed next to me over on the other side of the base over here. So I bulleted him again, took him down, and tamed him up, prime tamed. And he turned out great. 190 now. It was a 178, 179 when I tamed him. So he's decent. I mean, max level's 150, so he's not capped, but he's really fast. He gets me around. He can kill pretty much anything I need to kill. While he was down, I ran across this guy. This is the lady over here, Tank. She was at level 90. 90? 75. Level 75. So I tamed her up as well in preparation for getting up there and taking to the metal nodes. Eventually I'm going to build a little mining operation up there, but we're not there yet. And then, so that was most of that first video where I lost all the footage. I had talked about getting metal tools and getting a smithy, and talked about the wall and kind of the layout. However, that's, again, all lost. That's okay. So I ended up building this. This is my workshop platform. It's an open air. So here's some storage. The idea being that I come through the gate. This will eventually be a behemoth gate. Come through the gate with whatever dino or fly my quetzal down, land it here, unload my materials into this. I got my little workshops up here. So there's the smithy, the advanced workshop, the crafting station. I have a couple forges up here for now until I move up there. Well, we'll see. And I can access all of my inventory from the top here. This one's a little difficult, right to the edge. I can access all my inventories. The other thing I built is it's raised up, and eventually under here, I can open the door. A little bit of lag, rubber band. Anti-fog machine. I'm going to put my generator in here so I can run all the wires under the floor so it's not visible up top. And I'm also, whatever I do for water, I'm going to run the pipes under here and then just poke them up where I need them. So that'll keep everything nice and hidden. Back here, I might even attach it off the back of this house and knock this down a level. I have some idea for how this is going to look. Make this building my kitchen. It's going to have like my stoves and my fridges, and I'll probably do the same thing where I separate the floors so I can have power running underneath it, but we'll see. I might just run it to the back here and leave it open. And attach off the back here will probably be my greenhouse. Do another, I like to have 12 plots, so we'll probably make it 3 by 5 with a space to walk between. And yeah, so that'll be the next project, is getting the greenhouse up and running, getting our metal smithy operation going up on the hill here. Ran into this guy, and Kiyome had tamed a small one. He had a pretty good weight capacity, so I figured I'd get myself one. He was just derping around down here. Her name is Jerkface, because while I was taming her, and they're a passive tame, I don't know. While I was taming her, she just stuck her head over the wall and pushed all my dinos around continuously for about, I must have been 45 minutes to an hour to tame her. But she's got a pretty good weight, and she's really fast. So I use her when I go out collect now, because I can put a lot more stuff on her than I can slag. If I'm going to go any sort of distance, I bring slag 2 as sort of defense. So a couple more raptors, and I might just bring a raptor hunting party with me. There was another one over here. He was level 120, but I don't know where he went. Might have got killed. Yeah, and so Ankylo, Strike Saddle. The Pteranodon actually was a very fun experience. While I had him down, I decided I needed a saddle, but I wasn't high enough level, and Kiyome was. So I got him a level 75 Pteranodon, and I was going to trade it to him for the saddle. And when I went finding his base, I got into a bit of trouble, and I nearly lost them both because they got attacked by Meganeira and flew straight up. Now, I don't know why they came back down, but lucky for me they did. I think maybe I stayed close enough and they were still on follow. They finally killed the Meganeira and they came down, so I managed to get them over, get the saddle. So we got a Pteranodon, lots of air, that's good. Okay, another story from this weekend. This was from the Father's Day over at Kiyome's house. So Kiyome's a little further ahead of me, and he's trying to do fridges, and freezers, that sort of thing. He needs silica pearls to make electronics, he needs cementing paste, he needs all that good stuff. So his plan was he was going to try to find trilobites, because he can get chitin and he can get oil from them. And that's going to take forever, and he couldn't find any. We couldn't find any on the surface, we don't know where they all are. But I had the brilliant idea, and I told him about the center island over here, the floating island. It's about, it's that round one at 60-20, surrounded by the water. It's a floating island. In the middle of that, there's a cave with a lake, and there's almost always, every time I've been up there, but 3 times now, there's been beavers everywhere. Well, I told him, hey, if you go up there and you clear out the beavers, you can loot their beaver dams. You get all sorts of cementing paste and silica pearls. So he jumps on his Pteranodon G6 and he flies up there, parks the Pteranodon, notices a couple beaver dams. The beavers are off fighting sabers and scorpions, so he figures it's safe. Loots the beaver dam. And while he's pulling the loot out, didn't notice the beavers had turned from their fight with the sabers and scorpions and came chasing him down. So they killed him, and he was dead. And now he has no way to get back there to get his stuff. So I stop building my base, and I empty out my inventory, and I jump on Freya, and I fly over to his base to get him. And I pick him up, and I haul him all the way back to the center island, and he gets his Pteranodon. And while he's there, oh, that's not good, it doesn't fall. He sees his bag, his corpse. So he goes and he loots it. Give me the egg. Goes and loots the bag, and while he was looting the bag, he got attacked by some sabers. Tried to jump back onto his Pteranodon, but he was too close to the water, and it kept knocking him off because he kept hitting the water. So he died, and I tried to lure the sabers and stuff away from his Pteranodon for him, but I failed, and it died. So now Keelmay has no Pteranodon and no gear. So while I was fighting, I decided to try and protect his gear, try to clear it out a bit. We could bring him back so we could at least get his gear. I tried to rescue it for him. While I was doing that, I fell off my bird into the water and got killed. So Freya's off fighting. I never got a death message for her, so I get back to base and I'm all like, oh, I lost my Pteranodons, really this sucks. And Keelmay goes and he's like, oh look, he takes down a level 75 Pteranodon. And while he's taming that one up, he sees a 145. So he starts taming those two, and we've written off all the gear. I had a Masterwork Pike, which I have, so long story short, I do still have it. Masterwork Pike, he had a Journeyman Pike that I found for him, all that stuff. And, Freya hadn't died yet. And I had just taken down a small Pteranodon, or Master. And I figured, nuts to this, I'm not leaving Freya up there to die. So I quickly, as quick as I could, I built a saddle, jumped on the other Pteranodon. I fly back up to the cave while Keelmay's taming those other two Pteranodons. And Freya's still alive. She's fighting all the sabers. She's got them down to one. There was half a dozen sabers and a couple scorpions. She's got them down to one. She's just beating everybody. But she's really bloody at this point. I take this little Pteranodon, I fly in, I help her clean up the last saber, and she lived. Obviously, she's here. Also, since now she has killed everything in the area, I managed to recover my bag. Masterwork Pike, all my metal tools. So I decided to take the opportunity, see if I can find Keelmay's stuff still. And I find G6's corpse, so I recovered his saddle and all the meat and stuff. And then at the edge of the water, there's a scorpion just down the way. Find Keelmay's bag. I managed to find all of our stuff. The only thing we ended up losing was G6. So by the time I flew it all the way back, he had tamed up his other two Pteranodons. Happy story in the end. I managed to bring Freya back. I gave the other Pteranodon to Master as it was intended. Keelmay did offer me the 145 Pteranodon for rescuing stuff, but I mean, let him have it, right? I've got Freya. She's we've been through war together and survived, so I wanted to keep her. And really, I don't need more than one Pteranodon. Once I get the RG, the Pteranodon's going to be used mostly just for high-speed transport when I'm going to visit things. So I let him keep it too. So now he's got G6-2, which is a much higher level, and we have a spare Pteranodon with a saddle in case we need it. So if we ever run into trouble again. But yeah, it was really fun. We were laughing. It probably took us, the story's quick, but it was probably a good hour. Just back and forth, flying over, dying. Keelmay died twice. I died once. Lost a Pteranodon, almost two. All in all, it was pretty fun. The whole time Master, who wasn't playing, but he was around, was laughing at us. And then the rest of the day, every time Keelmay was looking for something, we're like, hey, there's this cave over here, you could go get it. I guess you had to be there, but it was pretty funny. I just wanted to share that story. It was another one of the adventures we had. Lister Sword, I tamed myself another one. I tamed it actually the same time I was taming Jerkface. I haven't named him yet. Go back. There you go. Nice puppy. I just happened to have the berries and he was right there, so I tamed him at the same time. And then I built this. So most of this construction, that, and this, and the wall, all happened on Sunday while I was at Keelmay's house. This is 2 doors, so this is my chicken coop. I open... Sharon. Oh yeah, right. If I open the door, I don't know why it's weird like that, but we'll leave it. You can see here, got my Oviraptor, she just wanders around in here. I don't think they can walk through the door, so I just leave it in here. And I got my dodos. Now that you can pick up dodos, you pick them up, throw them up there. They lay eggs and they'll roll down onto the floor here and I can pick them up. That works out pretty well. I managed to get enough. There was like, this took like 25 of them and I still have enough. So this guy wanders around. And currently I have my thatch processor, so you put wood in here. I think you need to put them in stacks of 100, which is why this isn't working. But it converts the wood into thatch and then automatically sticks it into here. This automatically collects the poop and the thatch from the thatch processor and makes fertilizer. And the next step will be, I might put it outside, but as a fertilizer silo. I might stick it like right here or here, somewhere in this area. And that's just to make fertilizer so I can fuel my whole farm. But yeah, so that's kind of the base. I got my wall in. Eventually I'm going to have to expand the wall. I'm going to have to make that a behemoth gate, and I want to move that gate over here to make it behemoth as well. Because this guy can't fit through the dino gate, so I can't make this any taller until I behemoth gate it. But that's going to take some gathering. I'm kind of low on materials. Had a major, like I said, major building weekend. But I just wanted to get a video out and show you guys what I'd done, where things are standing. I wonder if I can build this guy a saddle while we talk. And just, yeah, it's been an interesting weekend. I was really excited to get the video edited, and when I loaded up the video and found out it was unusable, it was disappointing. The taming of the Ankylo and the Pteranodon, kind of simultaneous taming them, was really fun. They were just far enough apart that I had to constantly run back and forth to keep an eye on them. So that would have been a really good video had it been usable. Hide fiber wood. Fiber I don't have. Okay. Yeah, so I got to do some gathering. I don't have fiber? Maybe I got some. No, I didn't. So yeah. But what I'll do is the next video will be a proper video. We'll probably build at least the foundations for the greenhouse and get the plots laid out. And I'm going to try and get water. I mean, I could run pipes up from there, but it's ugly. So I'm thinking of just doing a set of reservoirs maybe down the side here. Or at the end of the greenhouse. Like build the greenhouse out and put them at the end. But yeah, so next video when I come back, I'll have gathered the materials to do that. And we'll build our greenhouse off the back here. And I would love to, once I've got some crops, go find a Doedicurus. That's probably, those two things are kind of the next two steps. By then I will be level 55, which means I can do an Argentavis saddle. From the last map, I saved Archimedes, Aphrodite, and Pretzel the Quetzal, for those that watched that series. And me and Keelmay decided that we could bring them over, but the rule was we couldn't go get them out of the obelisk until we had a saddle for them. So either I find one in a loot crate, which I've looked at and haven't found any, or I craft it. So once I've crafted that, I can go grab at least one of the Argentivises. Argentivi. We'll probably grab Aphrodite. Actually, you know, Archimedes is a higher level, so we'll probably grab him. And then we'll use him to tame up some other stuff. Well, why can't I see that guy? Is he that? Oh, there he is. Aerosaur. Okay. Well, yeah. So that'll be it. So by the time I've built the greenhouse and got it all farmed in and plumbed in, I'm sure I'll be level 55. We'll have to get some kite and we'll make an RG saddle. We'll get ARK out of storage, and then we'll be up and rolling. I'll get a taming platform. Oh yeah, we got all sorts of fun coming up. But I just wanted to give you guys an update, let you know why there was no video this weekend. And just that I'm still here and I'm still making videos. And I'll try to get a new one recorded this week, if not the weekend. I'd like to get an extra one out just as a sort of to recover. But yeah, so that's the state we're at. I'll do a flyby of the base so you can actually see it. And we'll go from there. But we go. Yeah, here's my compound so far. Again, I'll have to extend the walls out a bit once we get going. I'll need a proper dino enclosure. I just wanted to wall it in because just over there underneath that obelisk, I'll see if there's anyone over here. Over the last few hours of playing, I've seen just over here at least 3 wrecks at 3 different times. They may have been the same one, they may not have been, but every time I go over here there's a wreck. There's one right there, you see? There's actually 2 right now, so case in point. Not that my single high wall is going to protect me much from wrecks at the moment, because they can climb over it, but had to get that started. Yeah, so that's pretty much where we're at. We'll leave it there. Don't actually have a lot of time today to do any sort of building because I have to gather tons of wood, tons of fiber. Need to replenish all those supplies I burnt off building the base. But yeah, so once I've done that, I'll get the recording up and we'll build the base for the greenhouse. Get the plots farmed in. Alright guys, so yeah, thanks for watching and take care of yourselves.